hello everybody. I want to welcome you back to my Anno 1800 series. We are in episode 2, and for those of you just discovering this channel and discovering this series, my name is Michael, and I want to welcome you to Sovereign Sandboxing, the YouTube channel where we build, play, and reflect on games that let us shape our own story. And yes, as I am proving here right before your very eyes, an old dog can learn new tricks, and I was able to get rid of all of those toolbars and make the camera do this nice little spin around that point there, and I'm very glad that I was able to achieve that, because I tried that in the last episode and it didn't exactly go to plan there. That just goes to show that I'm still very new at this. But anyways, we are indeed back in Azurstead, the original island that we had settled on, and there are a lot of icons that are actually popping up here, and that's because I've been doing a little bit of work off camera. You see, at the end of episode 1, I was in the negative for a balance, and I really had no idea how we was going to get ourselves out of that pickle, so I turned off a bunch of things, and I'll show you exactly what that really means here. So going back into this, let me see if I can remember what I'm doing. Yeah, so I turned off a bunch of our production buildings because they were just costing me too much money here. And I've already renamed our city here to Old Azurstead, and I'll get a little more into that a little later on here because I'm going to be doing some renaming here based on your suggestions. But anyways, I turned off a bunch of production buildings. Specifically, we were overproducing on the wool and overproducing a little bit on the work clothes, so I just wanted to tame that down a little bit because, like I keep mentioning, those production buildings cost an arm and a leg here. Now, there's a couple of new resources that have popped up here, and that is because off camera, what I have been doing is I managed to add in some wheat fields, and we also got in a nice flour mill and a bakery as well. You see, part of what I was trying to do to try to get ourselves into some sort of a positive balance here was just to collect more tax dollars, and the best way to really seem to be doing that, as I've come to learn as a new player to this game, is that you really need to lean into just optimizing your workers and just fulfilling all of their needs there. Of course, like, happiness is a nice little bonus, because if I really wanted to get into beer, like, I could get an extra 12 coins out of these workers, but we're not going to worry about that for now. For now, what I've done is I've got their sausage needs met. I've also I also met their needs for bread, and I'm very happy with that. So first things first, I just want to give a shout out to Judy Albert, and I will post her comment on the screen here for a slew of suggestions for different names that we can name our different islands here. As I said before in episode 1, I want to name things after the color blue here. So I really love a lot of the suggestions that Judy Albert had put out here, so I'm going to start naming some of them. First of all, Circe Ducourg is now going to be known as Cerulia, which I think is a very pretty name, and we're just going to leave it as Cerulia. This larger island here, Judy Albert had suggested the name of Cobalt Point, and I really like that for this island here, so I'm calling it Cobalt Point. And I'm going to get to this newspaper here before I name the last one. Okay, what do you want? Please tell me it's good news. Of course it's not. I'm gonna edit this. I really don't need any of this, and perhaps I am just spending too much influence on it. I'm so sorry, Benter. You're just gonna have to deal with it. Luckily, I don't think she really declares war on people, and Carl likes it. Interestingly enough, he likes it when I do propaganda, so thank you, Carl. I'm glad you like it. This guy, though, George Smith, is the one that I'm really fearing, though, just because I have settled that island really close to him. Anyways, I wanted to name this one here, and as the name from here suggests, this is going to be called Old Azurstead. I'm going to be calling this one New Azurstead instead. A little bit of a mouthful there. So My vision here is that Old Azurstead is really going to be like an industrial city. There's just way too many resources on here. I've got 6 oil springs. I've got like coal deposits, iron deposits, clay deposits, and plenty of them. Plus, like there's a lot of fertilities here as well. So it's very hard for me to deny that we've got a lot of resources to work with here. So Old Azurstead, I really want it to be very industrial as an island. And then New Azurstead here, when we eventually unlock the commuter port, will be our population city, because it has got a lot of space, of course, but it's got less resources. Of course, there's a couple of resources here and there, but that's just part of the game and something that I would look forward to kind of maneuvering around. Okay. So now that I have got all of that out of the way, we're making quite a bit of money here, and the next thing on my list of things to do is really to figure out this soap situation. Because you see, soap is going to play into a couple of things here. The first thing that I need it to do, the first thing I need the soap to do is I need it to actually... I'm eventually going to trade it to the prison to make some money. And that's like a known early game tactic. But the problem with soap is that it needs steel and like steel bars in order to construct it. So we've got pigs here, but what about the rendering works? And this is a 1-to-1 ratio. What do we got for pigs? So pigs... I can actually theoretically place this down here anyways. So yeah, you see that there's like steel bars required, so I need 4 here and 4 there. So I need a total of 8 at this point. So I can't actually build any of them, but I want to build quite a lot of them. So that's kind of where my conundrum is right now with this particular with soap, is that I want to build a lot of it, I want to start selling a lot of it, and I just don't have the steel to actually do it. Now when it comes to steel, and you'll see me blueprint out here, which is something I did off camera, I can theoretically start my steel mines and everything, but the problem with that is that the costs to maintain all of the steel mills and everything to actually start producing steel bars is just so high for me at this point, and because I have been growing my town very slowly here, I just need to I just need to continue taking it slow. Speaking of which, because we've got an influx of farmers, I'm going to upgrade a couple of guys here. Hopefully that doesn't do anything too bad. But yeah, let's get some steel and let's get some of the basic soap on the way here. Oh, look at that. I've got my flagship here too. Okay, so steel, let's get... I'm just going to do... Well, why... Okay, let's just do 10. Let's just do 10. That should be fine. Costs a lot. It costs me like 1,000. But now that I'm making actually some money here, I'm not like too bothered by it. So let's deliver that back here. And yeah, this is one of the ships that I had decided to build just off camera. I do have one trade route, and it is from Old Azurstead to New Azurstead, and we're just trading like schnapps and hops just so that everybody is very happy there. The hops are coming to this island here, and we're kind of stockpiling them for the moment because eventually we are going to start creating some beer. The other island, New Azurstead, doesn't have any fertility when it... Well, actually, it does have grain fertility, so I could theoretically just create beer on this island, but that's not really the end game here when all is said and done. I did also turn off some of the lumber mills as well, just because it was eating into my costs. I'm going to turn them on now just because we're running a little low on the timber there, and I did that with all of the other islands as well, just to really try to save on costs there. And yeah, things are looking okay here. How How much do we have in sales right now? We've got about 50. I'm happy with that for the time being. If I upgrade this, it costs a lot of money. Okay. Not going to worry too much about upgrading it. Alright, where did that ship go? There it is. So yeah, I feel pretty safe in this corner. Not going to lie. I mean, that's the nature of corner maps when they are played out. Again, it's just George Smith that's kind of making me nervous here, and I don't have any way to make weapons at this time, so I'm not too thrilled with that. That way we're not wasting time here. Like I mentioned in the first episode, I kind of find that when you're just kind of twiddling your thumbs and waiting for stuff to happen, that's where you can kind of get into trouble. You always need to be multitasking with this particular game here. And, you know, it's a different pace than what I am usually used to here. So he's buying shares. George Smith is buying shares. Where did it say he was buying shares? He's buying shares in this island. So George Smith kind of wants to claim this island here. So he's already kind of moving in on Carl, and that's kind of always been the plan. I want those guys not to get along, and for some, and Carl likes me because I use propaganda in my stuff here, so we get along just fine. So, but yeah, I really want to, I know I'm kind of going against my own advice here. I really want these steel beams here just so that I can get started on this, just so that I can get started on getting the soap and getting like whatever kind of line that looks to be. And I'm actually going to send this guy back here as well to Sir Archibald Blake, because I want to send him back to Archibald Blake just in case you need to buy anything else. So yeah, and gotta get this guy back home. This little schooner here. Yeah, so the idea here is to try to rush to artisans as fast as I can. And in order to do that, I need the soap. So let's fulfill those needs. And I am actually going to upgrade this port now. Do I have enough soap now? We're using... Oh wow, we're using 2 tallow. Looks like I underestimated the tallow there. Yeah, looks like I underestimated the tallow. So... no worries. We'll get that going. Now, the only unfortunate part is that I don't have any steel. So, but luckily, I sent a guy here for steel. Okay. I'm going to spend just a little bit of money on it. Yeah, still pretty good balance there. Take you back to Old Azurstead and then keep it moving. Okay, perfect. So yeah, I underestimated. I didn't look at the production chain well enough, and that's kind of something that probably will happen often here, if I'm going to be honest with you. So yeah, soap needs your 1-to-1, so the rendering works in the pig farm, and then you are 30 seconds, so you need 2 rendering works. Probably going to need another pig farm. And my city is hideous. So yeah, this is definitely feeling like a normal playthrough. By the end of the episode today, I'm hoping to get to artisans and to hopefully like start the expedition. I don't know. I don't know if, how far we are going to get, but I'm going to try my best here. Okay, perfect. Have I solved the issue with the soap then? Yeah, looks like I've solved the issue with the soap. We're now producing 2 tons of tallow, which is now going to produce 2 tons of soap there. So perfect. I gotta drop these bricks off because we don't need them, and I don't know how to select anything less when I'm selecting from my inventory, so... Oh, wonderful. And we are making even more money now. So this is all looking good. These guys are looking like they're getting their things, and now they just need a school. School requires 20. It's a good thing I purchased the... what do you call it? Good thing I over-purchased the steel because... Yeah. Because now I need it for the school. So yeah, steel is easily becoming the most in demand. Well, not the most in demand, but it is now another construction material that I need to contend with. So eventually these guys are going to upgrade to... I'm just going to upgrade these guys right now. Yeah, these guys are going to eventually upgrade to artisans because all of their needs are fully met. So I know how I kind of hilariously just said that I hope I get to artisans today, and here we are, just absolutely dominating. But yeah, eventually we are going to have to start producing steel on our own. It's just that these buildings are so expensive. It's just like, no, we don't need to. And this is again like why I like to set up the construction in the new islands here, is just because I can set up these little services here so that when they kick off and they start getting pissy about not being happy or whatnot, I can actually put down a police force right away and just kind of get them in place. Like I've got the fire station here already, and in a couple of the playthroughs that I never filmed, I had decided to prioritize getting at least the basic services built out for these guys. I don't even think you guys have a thing blueprinted here, do you? So yeah, eventually, like when I'm actually like rich and can get some money here, I can start getting people a little more happier. Okay, can we get to artisans? Look at that, you guys. We can get to artisans. Requires steel, of course, because that's what they do. Now their new thing is going to be windows. This is going to be fun to try to figure out. And I love their houses that they have too. And we finally got the expedition for the New World. So that is kind of what I was hoping to do for today, is at least, I know I said like my goal was to get to artisans. Well, my real goal is actually to get to the New World. We rushed settling the old world here. Now I need to get to the New World. I just want to claim the islands, and then we really got to start bumping up my economy as soon as we get a moment to breathe here, really. But yeah, let's just double check and make sure that we're okay for things. We're not okay for sausages, so that means we're not going to be okay for pigs. Land of the Lions is now open. That's a DLC, and I am not opposed to going there. Actually, that is one thing that I do want to go to. So this captain guy says that we've got new expeditions to do. I'm not doing Land of the Lions. You can't pay me enough. We're going to be doing the New World expedition, and the real reason for that is really just because the AI likes to settle it really quickly, which is kind of annoying. So I just want to get there as fast as I possibly can. And it was weird. It was kind of pausing for me there. I've also got to figure out like how to use the new the silos and all of that with Golden Harvest. Because I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to that, and I feel like it's a very important mechanic to have. We're gonna have to like really double up on pigs and stuff here, because like I keep saying, I want to sell soap, and I don't have soap. Or well, yeah, I don't have soap, and soap takes pigs and tallow and all of that wonderful stuff, so I'm gonna have to have like a lot of pigs around here. Like this little area here is all gonna be dirty industry. I kind of got lucky, and that all of my oil springs are here as well. So yeah, It's going to be a lot of dirty industry in Old Azurstead, and I wanted to be that dirty industrial port city. And when we unlock the commuter pier, which will be, which will be not for a little later on. It won't be until we get to engineers. That's when I'm going to actually start beauty building. And for Old Azurstead, it's definitely going to be like an old, dirty, industrial port town. So yeah, very excited for that. I heard that like schnapps can give you like medicine and rations, so that's why I'm kind of putting it there. Do I have anything for force? Of course I do not. Interesting that beef would work. How about for crafting? Crafting I do. Crafting I can put in for sales. Can I buy weapons from someone? Do you have... Okay, looks like you have 27 schnapps. Ooh, Carl has bought shares back from George. Perfect. So they got a little trade war going on there. That's what I like to see. Just that kind of tension is what I'm really looking for there. Does anybody sell beef, actually? So I'm looking for beef or weapons. Otherwise, I'm going to have to start producing weapons, and I'm not too keen on doing that because I have rum and chocolate. Love that for you. That's a good place if you've got rum and chocolate in excess. Okay. Yeah, I'm a little hesitant to produce more, to produce steel, but that's only because I really need to figure out how to balance everything with farmers and upgrades and all that jazz. So it's my hotkey. There we go. Keep forgetting my hotkeys. I haven't played this game in a little bit here, so I do apologize if I'm a little clunky around with the controls. However, I don't think that's ever going to change in this series, so it is unfortunately something we're going to have to all tolerate. Okay. I'm just kind of thinking to myself, and I think that we might have to bite the bullet and get started on mining operations and such. Oh, actually. Shit, I'm smart. Okay. Let's see, how much iron are we producing? Producing 4 tons of iron, 2 tons of coal. Okay. I think we can get to the steel beams, because in order to produce weapons, you need a furnace. And in order to produce steel beams, you also need a furnace, but you also need steel works. Might be in my best interest, because I'm just buying steel beams for the time being, to actually produce a furnace. A minute 30, so every 30 seconds. So one of these will actually work. But I just need... What is this? A furnace? You're a furnace. Okay. To make sure I know what I'm doing here. Hopefully this doesn't put me in the hole, but I really do want to start producing weapons for a couple of reasons. Like, we need a navy of some kind here. Like, it would be nice to get some frigates just around my ships, and we're also going to need something for the New World as well in order to protect that coast a little bit, because there's another pirate there. And even though I am trying to settle the New World as fast as possible, just to claim the islands, gain that map control, I still need to at least pace myself a little bit. Okay, so we got 4 other islands, 3 other islands right now to worry about. What are these guys missing? They're missing bread, and they do have wheat. So let's actually fulfill that, because that'll help us out in the long run as well. And even though this is New Azurstead and this will be my population center, may as well just fulfill the need and kind of can call it a day. So let's see here. And I do have the money, so I may as well make these guys as happy so that they are taxpayers. So I think that the warehouse should work. But yeah, eventually, like, between this episode and next episode, I'm going to take a deeper look into gold harvest or Grand Harvest or whatever that one is called. Let me see. How badly did I screw that up? Alrighty. 2 to 2 for flour. Okay. Yeah, that'll hopefully do. Hopefully they don't need more than 1 ton. Not a bad problem to have, considering that this is the population island and it's already looking better than the other island setup anyways. This is not the final setup at all, you guys. I'm just kind of figuring out what needs to be done, and I'm just, like I keep saying, things are getting uglier before they get better, before we actually do some real beauty building here, so we're just gonna have to tolerate it. It's gonna be more so like after we get to the new world, after I claim the islands that I want in the new world, that we'll start. Oh, thank you, Bente. You are the best. Love it when the AI gives us more coins. Ooh, thank you, George Smith. You are great for that too. Please continue making me richer. These guys are happy with their stuff. They actually have schnapps, which is kind of funny. They'll probably run short a little bit, but I think that their bread needs are met, for their workers at least. So I love just staying in blueprint mode. I know it's probably annoying for you guys to watch me switch over from like blueprint mode to whatever, but it just helps prevent me from making so many mistakes. So that's why I'm continuing to do it. And you guys desperately need more farmers here, so let's keep building them. Oh, looks like we're good for farmers now all of a sudden. Alright, excellent. So you guys are going to get your bread eventually. Well, let's see. Who is getting angry? You guys? Okay. I have the money now. Oh, I upgraded a road a little bit there. Whoopsies. Okay, so you guys will be fine. You guys over here, do I have the money? Looks like I do. Let's get it done. I don't need Cobalt Point to kick off while I'm having to tolerate things at Cerulean here. I have no idea what I'm going to be making Cobalt Point and Cerulean at this point. So I'm kind of open to figuring out from there. Eventually, like, there is a DLC that takes tourism into consideration and all that, so that will certainly be something that I will take into consideration as well, because you have to grow orchards and stuff, and it looks like these guys also cost a pretty penny, don't they? So you have a maintenance cost of whatever, you have a maintenance cost of 50. It's not like we're in the hole yet, but it's kind of annoying that we're sort of there. Okay, so let's figure out how many weapons we're actually making now. We're making 1 ton. Excellent. Can I actually sell weapons somewhere? Would the prison take weapons? I feel like you guys would. No. And this is like high price stuff here. So we got soap there. That's being sold for a high price. Archibald, do you take weapons? No, you don't. Madame Kahina, I don't think she does. I think she only wants like fur. Yeah, she only wants fur and an unknown thing. It's too bad. But we are kind of running a little low on money, which I'm not too happy with. Yeah, how are we going to solve this one? Do I just upgrade more? Yeah, I could afford to upgrade more. I'll upgrade you guys. But I think that we're kind of getting to a point where we could... we only got like 3 tons. I totally hate rushing this. But if I have the weapon requirement, I should be okay to do it. And then I can turn off the other things there. Got force. Okay. Hold on, sir. How's weapons not force? It's naval power. I'm such an idiot. Okay. Well, we do have crafting. I've got lots of crafting, but force is... Why is that beef? Do I have access to beef? I mean, that was the whole point of me doing weapons, was to... Okay, whatever. Looks like I screwed that up. I'm so sorry, you guys. Okay. Alrighty. I'm a little confused by beef. I was looking at stuff, and it says it can be produced in the old world or new world. So I have no idea what any of this is. Maybe it's from the artisanal kitchen? There we go. God damn it. So... Let's get some beef farms here, shall we? I'm gonna... This island is such a mess, you guys. I'm just gonna place it here. Okay, perfect. Who are you taking? You're taking farmers. I should have enough for that. We're just gonna continue producing beef wherever. I do have red pepper fertility on this island. Do I have it on New Azurstead? No, I do not. So, interesting. Like I keep saying, this island was set up to give you all your resources and to get you producing something, so I'm kind of using it as such. So I produce a little bit of weapons. Nothing to do any of these. I guess I'll just produce a frigate and then turn them off. so I'm like, okay, let's maybe do that. It's a little bit micromanagey, but yeah, that's gonna kind of be how it is. Okay, let's go into Cerulia here. These guys need sausages. I can deliver on that. I will be... What do you call it? Oh, that looks so nice. Eventually I will... I'll be figuring out a way to produce sausages for every island, for example, and yeah. I'll figure it out from there. But it looks like we do need to upgrade some folks here. Looks like we're a little short on workers. And then we're going to be short on farmers pretty soon. Which is a good problem to have. Yeah, this is kind of the trap that I was falling for before, which is just trying to balance out everybody, every island, make them all working and everything. And I think that the trick here is really to try and maximize just one. Pigs are now flowing. So, and now we have a surplus. And I can't upgrade anybody. Okay, so not going to worry too much about that. Now, I wonder if I turned off all of the wood. No, I did not. So wood is going to be producing now. And it looks like you guys are going to be getting your sausage and fish requirements. Okay, perfect. So you guys are going to balance out just fine here. I think it's usually just that initial point and the fact that I've got no money right now that is kind of sending me into a tiny bit of a panic. I could look into that as well and, you know, look into getting everybody up to artisans, but I don't think I will for the time being. In fact, we're just going to kind of chill with what we've got here. Okay, back to Old Azurstead here. I think that we should see if I can fulfill those slots. Does this fulfill the slot though? Doesn't do anything for the morale. That's for damn sure. But if I did a lot of crafting... Okay, so... %, like it's still like good morale. Okay, so each setback, I could still put more. Yeah, there we go. Sorry. Okay, we're gonna start that expedition. I'm gonna start making more sales right away. Okay, let's do it. We are going to the New World. I'm gonna have to figure out what the hell I'm doing in the New World. I am gonna turn my sailmaker back on. I'm gonna figure out if it's put too much demand on this. It has, so we need another sheep farm because now I don't have enough sales for that, and we are slowly gaining the guns, so we might actually be able to build the frigate before the end of the episode, which would be great. Okay, so Old Azure Stead, I feel like you guys are doing just fine here. New Azure Stead, were you guys able to... What's going on with the... What's going on here? Bread. No warehouse in range. Okay, let me solve that for you. I swear these warehouses just don't have any range at all. There. Now we can finally get some bread and get some more money going on here. Because eventually I am going to need to get those things together. Eventually we're going to need to do a lot in... Well, we're going to need to do a lot in soap production no matter what. So it's like... How much of the bottom line do I really increase here? And I did a really good pig farm somewhere. Was it here? Was it with you guys? In New Azure Stead? Because you're getting sausages somehow. I did a really good layout for it. I was impressed with myself. Yeah, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to reorganize this a little bit. Should probably make like this area pigs and soap and stuff, so... So yeah, I'm trying to just create like this huge pig industry here. We'll just kind of fill it up as we need. One of my expeditions is underway. Amazing. Love it. Oh, she's happy that I'm sent out an expedition. Thank you, Bente. Please give me more money. I need it. This is by no means optimized by any means, you guys. In fact, like, I've got to really research this golden harvest because there's no way in hell I am doing this even remotely properly. Out of money. So, alrighty. I got questions. Do we have a decent amount of soap? Okay. I'm gonna set a minimum stock to 20. I'm gonna start that trade route because this is getting a little ridiculous. Okay. What's going on with you? They're not getting any schnapps from Old Azure Stead. Why is that? We've got it. Do we just have like a really high limit then? Yeah, so it's gonna cause problems elsewhere, but that's okay. Let's actually see what the consumption is for everything. We're producing just half. If I doubled up my potatoes, I could actually produce enough for all islands, but let's I only care about New Azure Stead and Old Azure Stead at this point, because I can't do everything in Old Azure Stead. Like, eventually we're going to have to figure out like who's going to be doing what, even if it is just a temporary measure. Like, New Azure Stead might have to double down on the bread making, whereas Old Azure Stead will be doing the potatoes. And it sucks because these are such low tier items, but if you look at the island, we only have so much space, right? Okay, so I just wanted to fix this before I got into... And now we need more farmers. So, alrighty, please don't make me go broke for trying to do this. And then this island is also just such a population hog right now. And eventually we're gonna need to figure out a way to get to engineers. So yeah, a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff going on. Hopefully the city doesn't get bigger than this. No, it will, but shit. You guys at least getting everything you need? Not getting your marketplace, are ya? Can upgrade all of these guys to workers, and I should be fine. Just gonna wait for you guys to fill up, but let's just make sure I've got enough fish. I don't. But luckily, I put one in. Okay. He's still there. Perfect. How much do you cost to maintain? It doesn't seem like it costs anything at all. Okay. We'll be fine. I am definitely going to make that frigate, though, that's for sure. And we're actually doing okay for money right now. And you're going to need a smaller house. Jesus Christ. Can't get it because I'm too fucking broke. Okay, so the expedition has been underway here. So let's just kind of check them out. Unusual debris floats among the waves. Mold-ridden planks of wood, strings of cloth, fragments of broken plaster, all tinted by the gray shade of time. Filled with childish excitation, the crew discusses the possibility of going underwater to uncover the debris origin. Well, let's give her a go. Let's do a diving bell, folks. Nope. The homemade diving bell falls apart. The engineers specialize in complex ship machinery have no idea how to make such a simple device. Their machine departs with 2 men on board, and they continue to dive while the bell itself stays afloat. When the divers emerge, the engineers take an earful, and the crew are too disheartened to make a new attempt. I'm glad nobody died. Excellent. -1, -3. Yeah, we're just going to do this because I don't know what's going to happen next. Cowardly. E500. Well, please tell me you can make it. Just make it. How about that? Okay. What are we looking at here for schnapps? We just need another... Oh, you know what I should have been doing? I should have been doing this kind of stuff, huh? God. There we go. Okay. Let's see what 25% does. See, this is stuff that, like I keep saying, I'm new to this game. So I very much don't know what I'm doing when it comes to a lot of things. And so just by overclocking it, I was able to fix my problem. And I know that they're pretty happy to begin with. And just like that, we have now solved the problem between the schnapps and the other thing. So great. Great on us. Love that we did that. See, like a little problem like that was something that really... yeah, a little problem like that was something that took a lot to fix. And that's kind of unfortunate. But anyways, I think I was looking at getting some soap taken care of here. Because now we've got a lot of soap, so let's get on you guys on a trade route here. I'm hoping this will do it, because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to avoid these pirates. I'm not friends with the pirates yet. I want to be friends with the pirates. I think they would be lovely, but you see these guys, like they're all around here doing some stuff, and I'm hoping that I'm not just giving away a ship at this point. The money that I would get over time would be very good, and I can always build another ship, right? Yeah, because I've got I've got weapons being made. I've got sales, so eventually I will start selling these guys off, these frigates, for some cash. Amazing. That'll give me like $17,000 more money than I've ever seen. Hopefully. We'll see. It's probably a good thing I'm keeping a frigate nearby. Let's see what this expedition has got to show us, because it is important to get to the New World. Okay, it's too narrow and shallow this far upriver, warns the steersman, escorting Mr. Cardinal to the site of his rainforest opera house now seems all the more preposterous. The great patron of the arts twizzles his mustache in frustration. Apart from braving the difficulty ahead, only traversing a nearby hill might reconnect the expedition with the upper river. Alright. Let's see. Let's lean towards where we think we'll have more success. Let's see how these sails hold up here. Have the ship transport over the hill to rejoin the river further up north. Let's try it. Hopefully we'll get a success. Of course. Okay, so there simply aren't enough materials to conduct such an elaborate enterprise. The crew think with a few extra bits and bobs, dragging the ship up the hill might be possible. Let's put our hands into faith here, you guys. Oh, shit. I think it's going to give way, cries the terrified Mr. Cardinal. The feet of your men slip and slide on the slope as the unholy weight of the ship overcomes the winches, and it plummets back down the hill. Men try to get out of the way, but are crushed beneath the keel. The hideous accident signals the end of Cardinal's operatic ambitions. Okay. We gotta consume some of those rations. So, oh, that was kind of hilarious, and I'm really glad that we went there at full health or whatever. Full morale, I suppose. Okay, Eli Bleakworth. Hopefully you'll put some good money in my pocket because I'm not doing so hot here. Workers are really giving me a lot of money right now, which is good. I'm not too sure where else to take this other than to maybe like double up my soap production. I would like another frigate, actually, if I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. And could you guys use an upgrade here? No, you need... That's a lot of money. I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I would like another frigate, for sure. Even if it is just to sell it. At least to have the Navy power would be nice. Okay. You guys are pissed off with me. Farmers, what's going on with you guys? Okay, Cobalt Point is definitely some place that needs something. You guys are just not happy. Honestly, pub would probably solve a lot of your problems. I'm very lucky that the pub doesn't really require any resources. So yeah, let's get a pub here. That's really what's gonna help solve things for you. Let's get it for you. Oh, and you guys like pubs too. Gives you 3 extra coins. Okay, so now they're at least content. Maybe I should add a pub here too then. Yeah, I'll add a pub here as well. And like it also boosts the workers as well, which is something I just noticed. So I'm happy to do it. It's wasting a lot of my money though. Shit. You guys are taking like the most inconvenient route ever. But actually, if I keep someone with you the whole time, you should be alright. I mean, I'm not gonna be dumb. But yeah, like, they'd have to go all the way around and all that, so... And I didn't update it. Sorry. Sorry, kids. I'm just curious, like, if that's actually going to be bringing me the money that I'm hoping for. And we're back to making a little bit more money as well. So having a balance of like 500 um, over time is really good. I'm really glad to hear it. And I guess we got to like figure out what these artisans are doing, because in order for me to transition over to other um, in order for me to transition to other places, to the other island for population and everything, I'm going to need to figure out what they need. And they really like their canned food, and I absolutely hate that they like canned food. I also don't like sewing machines, because I want this island to be a big factory, really. So your sewing machines can wait. Eventually they'll need a university and stuff, but for some reason we are more attractive. I have no idea how that happened. But first things first, let's do the canned food. So, oh man. Okay, so canned food. What do we need? Town hall. Interesting. Medium harbor, flame tower. Okay, just gotta get used to these things. I do have hot red pepper production here, and I guess this is going to be like where my production is going to be for agriculture. So let's set that up a little bit. Holy shit, 2,000 bucks for a red pepper farm. No wonder people hate making canned food. Okay, the trial. The crew faced the bloody customs of foreign lands. After a night of feasting, the sailors believe that meeting the foreign prince and his sea-traveling court is the highlight of the trip. However, morning comes with news of a sudden death among the court, as your crew find themselves immediately accused of murder. The prince demands a trial by combat, and your men are left with little freedom but the choice of the challenge's nature. Can we win one of these? 1% chance. Well, we haven't had a whole lot of luck with this damn expedition, so fuck it, we'll do it. Oh man. No word is brutal enough to describe your opponent. If his plate armor is scaled to the match the man inside, then that man is a giant. The human mountain reaches to grab your fighter and crushes his skull like he would an apple. Word of your crew's feebleness and alleged crimes is sent for all cities to know and spread. Wonderful. Okay. We're gonna continue eating that beef, baby. Man, this hopefully this doesn't go hopefully this expedition goes okay. Okay, so where was I? I was trying to figure out what the price on this damn thing was. Now I want to see, like, where have these guys gotten to. Okay, so there we go. So soap is phenomenal, and I'm okay, perfect. We can fend him off here. By the time this schooner will be built to replace the one that we just lost in that soap trade, I'll also get a frigate prepared for that as well. So, okay, anything here? And that New World expedition is just killing us. And they've got a carnival force. Love it, love it. You guys celebrating? Perfect. We've driven the nation into madness, pretty much. And now we're making some pretty good money as well. So we just got like a big influx of whatever from the soap, and now we're actually doubling down and making some good money here. Okay, so let's continue on here. I guess like when we get to the new world, I'll just kind of call the episode there. just because it kind of opens up a whole new can of worms. I am, however, going to get this pepper farm figured out. Alright, looks like we're gonna have to get to window making pretty soon. Oh boy. Okay. Sailor under the mast, the weeks of harsh weather have taken their toll on the ship, and the violent gusts of wind this morning have toppled the mizzenmast. For a moment, the ropes tying it to the other masts hold it in place, but there's only so much weight they can take. They break with a snap, letting the mizzenmasts plummet on the deck. A sailor now wails, his leg caught under a pole twice his size. Cut the leg with a bone saw. Oh shit. Okay. I guess we're gonna try and lift the mast. Like, it's just a bigger percentage. Please survive. The vague idea of a lever never becomes real. The sailors try to lift the mizzenmast by rolling logs underneath. The huge wooden pole is far too heavy for its rolling movements to be controlled. The mast lurches forward and rolls from the sailor's leg to his chest, pushing his insides out. Oh boy, the view stays with the sailors for days before they can finally reach a decent harbor, get rid of the broken mast, and clean up the grisly mess underneath. Oh my god. Oh boy. Okay, and with that, it looked like with the grisly end there, it looks like we have found a new region. So let us take a look here. Alright, looks like we have discovered a new region. Isabel Sarmiento. Perfect. Oh, receive a clipper. Okay, nice. She's giving us stuff to settle islands with. Love it. Okay. With that said, everybody, I think I am going to leave it here for now. I'm going to go back to the old world here, and we are just going to kind of take a look at the mess that we have created. We've got a couple of ships looking to get created eventually. Like, this frigate will have to be made. I just created our replacement guy, so yeah. I'm just going to call it here for now. I just want to take a moment here to say thank you so much for joining me on this new series and for tolerating my noobish playstyle here. I think we're off to a great start still. Like, we have discovered the new world just in the second episode here, which I am very excited about because we are going to do some quick settling there, and we are going to keep it moving over here as well. We're going to have to make our way to really diving deep into figuring out how to manage all of these islands. Like I said, I want a population island, and I also want an industrial island, which is the one that you see right before your very eyes here. Anyways, thank you again for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, then feel free to like this video and consider subscribing if you haven't already. And if you've got suggestions on what I should do next, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. Thank you again, and have yourselves a wonderful day.